So we talked about that a little more than I thought we would, but that's good.
Yeah.
So I want to talk really quick about how we came across Clyde and let him introduce himself a little bit. But about 3 years ago, Tammy, who some of you know, who works here at nursing.com, she sends me this video. She's like, who is this guy? And he had posted this video on his YouTube channel, and there was one line that stuck out to me, and he didn't remember he said this because I told you a couple weeks ago that you said this.
Mm-hmm.
He said, when I started using nursing.com, my grades skyrocketed and the time I spent studying literally cut in half.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
And it stuck out so much. And so I'm not a super like emotional guy and show emotion and stuff, but it's so amazing to me. So this is the most emotional I'll be about this, but it's so amazing to me that, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, I'm trying to pat Clyde on the back with this, but it's so amazing to me that, 3 years ago he was learning here. And the reason he's important right now is because now he's teaching here.
Yeah.
And you can tell how much of an incredible nurse he is. And it's just so cool. So that's my introduction for you. If you want to introduce yourself, his YouTube channel is Murse Clyde.
Yeah, Murse Clyde, Instagram, YouTube, Murse with nurse with an M. So, listen, I completely fell across nursing.com initially. It was literally a desperate attempt for me to find some way to stay in nursing school because I failed an exam. I failed a med-surg exam and I was
crushed.
I was devastated because, they put all the limits and they put all of these boxes that said, if you do not make it to this by the end of the semester,
you're never going to be a good nurse.
Yep.
You're done.
Yep. And so the fear of the grade was a 67.5. The fear is, okay, what if I get another 67.5? Because I think our threshold was 75. First exam did really well. Second exam, not so well.
Right.
So, I don't know if it was that I let my guard down.
Yeah.
I think it was that I just didn't understand the material. It was too much to consume. A lot of people don't work in nursing school.
Where'd those books go?
Oh,
yeah.
They're here.
Right.
So,
so you can lift it off the ground.
Listen,
that's med-surg.
This is a med-surg book. This is one part of two.
Yeah.
So they were smart so this is about what my med-surg book looked like, the thickness of it. This is how thick the book was. And imagine one chapter.
Right.
And sometimes we're covering 3 and 4 subjects. So this is 3 and 4 chapters, 100 something pages a week. There was no way. I worked during nursing school full time. There was no way that I could actually be successful at work, still take a little time in self-care, and be successful in nursing school. There just wasn't enough hours in a day. And so after I failed that exam, I just went on the Googler and I'm looking for whatever I can find. Yeah. And I actually ran across the YouTube page, and there was a quick lesson on one of the topics, and I said, okay, well, this is interesting. And they were doing a 3-day
trial. Yeah.
3 days, I think it was $1, and I signed up with every intention of canceling at the end.
Yeah,
I said, I'm going to do this $3. I'm going to get all the material I need, and then I am canceling because I don't have. And it was, I mean,
$39.
$39. So I did it, and the concept stuck. It was cardiac. It was cardiac lesson. It stuck. And I said, wait a minute, I understand this. And not only do I understand this, I understand it like quicker. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to use this. I got my syllabus, and I looked at what was going to be on the next exam. I used nursing.com, watched the videos. There were sheets that we would fill out along, and we would do our care plan. The care plans, we would fill out the care plans and the disease process and all that good stuff. Nursing considerations, the cheat sheets also. So I went and took the test. You never feel good after a nursing school test.
Question yourself.
If you let me tell it, I failed every exam. if you let me predict it in advance, I failed every exam. I'm like, oh no, I didn't do well. I failed NCLEX if you let me tell it, But when I got my grade back, and I was waiting because I said, this is my turning point. Mm-hmm. If I get enough cushion here with this grade, then I'm good for the rest of the semester, you know. But this is going to be, but it wasn't just about the grade for me. It was about my confidence.
Yeah, and knowing that you know it.
Knowing that I can do this, you know, because everybody in nursing school is smart.
Right.
That's not.
You don't get in unless you know, you know.
Unless you know some things. So that was kind of like my turning point. And so once I got my grades, 87.50, 87.5, which is 20 points.
Yes.
You know, and not just 20 points. 20 points on cardiovascular. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on, nursing.com. It was 20 points on cardiovascular, which is, if you haven't done cardiovascular yet, I'm praying, but you're going to be using nursing.com, so it's going to be okay. Listen, cardio in nursing school makes 0 sense. Mm-hmm. It makes 0 sense. It doesn't make sense to me until I became a nurse.
Well, you got a week to learn it.
And the cardiovascular is
it's everything. It's everything.
And you know, it's so bad that they have to break up cardio and vascular system. And those are technically one system. Right. They have to break them up because it's so detail heavy. And when I saw the grade, I was beyond elated. I was over the moon because at this point I'm like, okay, I can do this. This is how I did it. And that's why I wanted to go on. I said, let me get on and just tell my YouTube people. Because, you know, I vlogged during the entire nursing school process. I vlog several times a week. And because I was hungry for that experience when I was getting ready for nursing school. And I mean, we had like Nurse Bass, Nurse Nicole, Ashley Atkins. Like there were a few people, but they started getting busy, you know? And it was so much, it was more leaning towards more content as opposed to the journey. What is it like? Yeah. And so I wanted to provide that to maybe aspiring nursing students, current nursing students, nurses, you know, whoever wanted that experience to say, okay, yes, every experience is unique, but
this is mine. Yeah.
Let me tell you that it is possible. And, you know, you just got to utilize your tools and utilize your resources because, you know, the instructor has how many of you? Right. There's 70 of you. The instructor has 70 students with probably 70 plus questions.
Yep. Yeah.
So I can't be upset that the instructor can't get me everything and get me through the entire...
Or a way that works for you.
Or a way that works for me when there's 70 of me. Right. You know? So...
And they're trying to teach that whole book.
They're trying to teach 3 months. That. Exactly. So it's just as stressful for them. So, you know, I found that going to nursing.com and utilizing all of the resources and just following the plan, give me a study plan, you know, and it helped me. And so that's why I said, let me just go on here. Honestly, I just wanted my people to see it. It really was for my people, but I get so excited about things that I like. So, you know, I'm like, let me just, and it was so impromptu. I didn't write it. I don't write scripts for my videos. I just talk. And it was all from a genuine place because I said, okay, so everybody needs to know this. You all don't know this. Everybody needs to know what is happening over here because, you know, before I was in trouble with school, I didn't know about the program, you know? So I'm happy that I fell across it. I'm happy that, and I've been seeing in my, you know, they inbox me all the time, or does this work? Or, you know, just all these different things. Do you think this will work for Surg? Or do you think this will work for pharmacology? I'm like, go on and use it. It'll work for your life. So
that wasn't a scripted or paid promotion.
No, not at all.
But everything he said there is exactly what we shoot for. Like, you have your textbook, you have your teacher, you have your everything else. That's fine. But look, a lot of us don't learn by reading hundreds and hundreds of pages. For me, it's got to be visual. It's got to be conceptual. I've got to dive in. I remember the time I was learning the RAAS system in nursing school.
Mm-hmm.
My wife's a dietitian. She was a critical care dietitian. So she had a pretty good concept of it. But I could not get it in nursing school. I remember I had 4 textbooks sitting across my bed. I remember the night I was studying in our little tiny rat hole house in nursing school. Four different textbooks out there. My notes open. I'm going, I can't get the drawing pictures. And it was through those struggles of trying to learn like that and then working with one of my buddies in nursing school that we kind of developed the way that we teach now at nursing.com. And it's not going to work. Textbooks just aren't going to work for a lot of us.
It's not. And the thing about it is, even if textbooks work for you, the time, that's my thing. Yeah. I love to read. I don't have time to read this. Most people don't. Right. And so even if you have the time, why not cut that? Yeah. If you can. Why not cut your studying time if you can? I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting from point A to point B by taking a detour, and the detour gets you there faster.
And we always talk about the linchpins here. That's what we're always trying to get you to. Like, and so with everything we teach, it's about the linchpin. That's that one piece that 3 years down the road, you're going to think back and say, if I just understand X, it's all going to start falling into place. Because a lot of that stuff falling into place happens when you're a nurse. Yeah. You see it, you touch it, you give the medicine, it's all, okay. If it's a pump, I'm trying to fix the pump. How do I make the pump go faster? How do I slow the pump down? How do I get more fluid through the pump?
How do I feel the pump?
How do I feel the pump? And that's what it's all about. So, yeah.
It's all of the big information, all of this, the thick book, just condensed and to everything that you need to know, and it takes out all of the extra, the fluff, the fluff is removed. And that's what I like is because, I care about the scientists that discovered it, but not really. Yeah. I don't care about who discovered the RAAS system. I don't care. I want to know how to fix this problem. What is wrong? What is it saying? RAAS. What is that? Simplify it. What is it? How do I fix it? What are just some key points that I need to focus on for this? What's going to get me through to fixing this patient, and what's going to get me through on NCLEX? What is NCLEX going to care about? Right. Because that's ultimately, as nursing students, our goal. You're going to learn a whole bunch of stuff in nursing school. It comes with your practice, right? And that's where you're going to really excel.
And like Clyde said too, and I'm going to say this too, like you are smart enough to do nursing school. You're in nursing school. You've already done one of the hardest pieces of it is getting in. And I'm not giving us all the credit in any way here, but imagine if Clyde hadn't become a nurse. Oh my goodness. Imagine they failed that next exam, gets kicked out. I'm sure he would have found a way back in and stuff like that. But imagine all these amazing people who don't get to become nurses because of one test or 2 tests, and the bar being set at a 75 instead of like it is in normal to call it.
Not understanding a concept that if you condense it down to a need to know,
you can do it.
Those linchpins, you will have, and they've given up. Right. Unfortunately, they've given up and they've moved on to other things,
retail job.
And it's it's not necessary, because there are ways to be successful in nursing school.
If you got in, you can do this. And a lot of you haven't gotten in, you can do it too. The bar is set so high for nursing. And
it's competitive.
It's
competitive, but there's a place for you if you want it.
Absolutely.
That's what I say. Because we have a shortage right now.
Yeah. It's going to be a shortage of 1 million by 2030.
That's a lot.
So we need a lot of nurses.
I know I welcome you here.
Yeah.
Come on into the profession. We need you.
So the reason Clyde's here in Portland, he came out Sunday night. He's here for another day or 2. He's recording some new care plan courses.
Yeah.
45.
45
new lessons covering all different care plans. So if you're taking care of a patient who has pneumonia on the floor and you got to fill out a care plan, these care plans really Well, you can talk about them.
Yeah.
They're not like standard care plans. They're
They're good though, because care plans in nursing school was my least favorite thing. I did not like care plans because I felt like now I understand them and I understand the information that we're putting in, but at that time I'm just plugging in information, filling boxes. And so this is just a way to those common diseases, pulmonary embolism. You take care of a patient during your clinical, and your clinical instructor says, okay, this is the patient I want you to make that care plan for. Well, we've given you a walkthrough, a meat and potatoes almost of this is what you need to know for pulmonary embolism, or in so many others. And I think it's really cool because, again, before nursing.com, I didn't have that. I had this big old nursing diagnosis book with all of these
Amandas and Nicks
and care plans, and it's like, okay, yes, everybody is at risk for this, but it's especially with this disease process. What do I need to know? What do I need to really focus on? Because they give you risk for skin and impaired skin integrity, and risk for impaired gastric. I mean, it's the same for everybody, right? But for this particular disease process, what is most important? And I like it because they're quick. They're like what 4 to 8 minutes at the most, and they are giving you what you need, for your particular disease process. You get it. You write. You can expand. Sometimes they want something, but we give you rationales. We give you interventions. We give you some subjective and objective data, as well as those linchpins. Hey, that's just breaking down a little bit of patho. You get it good, and I think that it's a really good thing that nursing.com is doing to kind of give, again, nursing students another push and another leg up. Because again, time is about time management and time conservation. You want to have as much time for you, because self-care in nursing school is important. So you want to have enough time for you, your family, or whatever else you want to do. And I feel like when you use the resources that nursing.com provides, like I said, the cheat sheets, the care plans, the lessons, when you use those, then your time that you spent on nursing school studying goes down. Each time you utilize the resource, it goes down, to where you really have a system, and okay, I'm going to look here, I'm going to go to nursing.com, there's the outline, I'm going to go through my outline, and I'm going to learn something quicker.
And imagine having Clyde as your instructor, like talking about pulmonary embolism. This he worked Sunday night, or Saturday night, flew in Sunday. This guy is still taking care of these patients that he's teaching you about. He's not pulling stuff out of his ass and saying, well, pulmonary embolism, according to the textbook, no. This is what pulmonary embolism looks like on a real patient.
And it's important to have real life experiences, and pass that on, because
that's what you're walking into.
This is what you at least can expect. So at least you're a little more prepared. So if your clinicals are, if it's a practicum and it's 2, then you want to make sure that you are equipped for success. That's what I think. Equipped for success. Humanization, humanization, equip yourself for success, self-care.
So Todd just sent us a note. We've been talking for about an hour now.
Oh, Lord.
This is going to be 30 minutes. So yeah, we're talking August 18th or so, some date like that. Todd, when are these care plans going live? Probably September sometime.
I think mid-September.
Okay.
Mid-September 2021. You'll be seeing those up there with cheat sheets and all 45 lessons by Clyde. Again, who's taking care of these patients. He's going to give you what you need to know, not only to fill this stuff out, because that's fine. Like, I want you to pass your class. I want you to pass the NCLEX, but I don't care about that. I care about you being great floor nurses, because someday you're going to be taking care of me when I have a PE. Hopefully not, but when something happens to me, I'm going to end up in the hospital someday. And I want it to be somebody who learned at nursing.com. So we talked about nursing.com a lot. Why don't you talk about you, promote yourself, pump yourself up?
Like I said, I have a YouTube channel. Like I said, it's Murse Clyde. Just nurse with a M. And that's also my Instagram. And really, it's all about just positive interactions, positive information. I have a bunch of nursing students that follow me, and I get so many questions in my DM. You know,
is it okay to DM you over there?
Yeah. I respond, and it's good because we have our own little
niche,
a little community over there, and you know, they're like, oh my goodness. Just sometimes it's clinical questions. Sometimes it's personal. Sometimes it's, look, I had a really bad day, or I had a really good one. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I know we're wrapping up, but someone inboxed me and she had a confrontation with one of her instructors. And she just wanted to know, how can I handle it while still being able to be in their good graces, you know, making sure it's not personal. Let me just let you know how I feel. And so those are the type of questions I get. DM me, Murse Clyde. I'll answer. I'm just hanging out. So, you know, why not hit me up and follow the YouTube channel. Subscribe, because I have a whole host of videos that'll be coming out in the next couple weeks. So, yeah, it's all about moving into the future. You know what I mean? With the idea that we're building this community that is supportive.
Right. We're changing, just changing it. Man.
Yeah, changing the culture and making it to where, you know, I'm looking at this thing here. It says, you can do this. You know, it's one of the stickers here from nursing.com. You can do this. And it's true, you can do this. So just, you know, lean on. I'm here for support. The team over at nursing.com is here for support. Get on the Facebook page once you join. It's awesome. And there's a lot of support out there. So, you know, this is a safe space. It's a safe space to just
be yourself, right?
Be yourself. Be yourself and know that you can do this.
So we end every video here. Clyde's had to do this 45 times now. Yeah. We always say, we love you guys. Go out and be your best self.
And as always, happy nursing.
Thanks for watching another nursing.com lesson. Click the link below in the description to watch thousands more lessons over on nursing.com. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe and the little bell to make sure you're reminded when new lessons come out. And if you want to just keep watching more lessons, go ahead and click this video over here to continue learning. Like we always say here at nursing.com, happy nursing.